I'm Amy, and this is my husband, Ron, and God has changed our lives so much.
Amy and I met in Narcotics Anonymous. I had just a couple months clean, and Amy was, just trying to get back at being herself. God was always important to me and a part of my life. So after some time, after talking, realized that Amy had, the same religious background as me, and we wanted to start a relationship, but we knew we had to put God first. Later on, it's like our first date was at Westside.
About 2 months before I ended up coming to Westside for the first time, it was my rock bottom in life. I was using drugs. I grew up in the church. I was a pastor's kid. I definitely felt a lot of pressure of perfectionism. I definitely thought that God expected me to get my life together, that I had to keep my life looking a certain way for God, had to do certain things for God, and that pressure was just too much, and I ended up crumbling. Started going to meetings. That was leading up to it. A lot of people say that God guided them to recovery, and then recovery guided them back to God. So I found recovery, and then I started going to church. I think Ron invited me to church for the first time.
When I came to Westside, what I seen was that there were people actually living in a spiritual way. People weren't pretending. People were actually acting and living in a way that looked more like God to me. First time I went through Rooted, it was with a men's group. And being around a bunch of other men, there's something about that just allowed me to be free and be open with God in a way that I haven't been so far. And that vulnerability led me to be more vulnerable in my day-to-day life with God.
I remember just getting really excited to be putting all the pieces together because we've been coming to Westside for a while, and I know I wanted to go deeper and do more and just get all of the pieces, like the prayer, the Bible reading, the closeness with God, the closeness with others, the giving, and just feel kind of like a well-rounded, rooted member of Westside. So that was really exciting to feel like that was what was happening at that time. We got married in December 10th, 2020, which was right after we both finished Rooted. The practices we learned in Rooted and just going to meetings and being a part of Narcotics Anonymous are still things that we do today that we feel like we have to do to just be healthy and be thriving as a couple, be individually thriving in our relationship with Jesus, which comes first for both of us.
When you come to Rooted, you start to see that you're not the only ones that are broken. Just normal people living their lives trying to get better. And it makes you feel normal, and it lets you know that this is where you need to be. So I really just want people to know that Westside has helped me a tremendous deal with Rooted, with just counseling for just my normal life, counseling for marriage, and just connection with people here, and the sermons on everyday Sunday that are instantly applicable to everyday life. For like all of that in combination has helped me lead a better life.
Through God's goodness, we've both grown in our relationship with Him, and we've both been able to stay clean for multiple years.